Hello everybody. I want to share with you today how to make a finalized budget. And if we look back, let me find our specific page, okay? If we look back at our knows and need to knows, one of the things that we know is that to claim the $1,000 prize, you have to submit a budget to our prize patrol detailing the total hotel and entertainment expenses for your trip. So today I want to show you how to finalize this budget to get it ready to submit, okay? Most of you have a paper that looks sort of like mine. It's notes. It's kind of a sloppy copy where you've worked out some problems. You have a list of all the things, of all of the expenses that you're going to have. So we need to take these notes and we need to get it into a finalized budget form. So the way that I want you to do this is we're going to start on in our Google Drive, okay? So that'll be the first step. Once you get to your Google Drive, you're going to want to open or start a new Google Doc, okay? And so this will bring me to a blank page. Now, there's a little bit of planning that you have to do when you're making a finalized copy of your budget. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to title my document, and I want you to do that to your document as well. So I'm going to put my name. Oops, can't type today. So the title of my document is Mrs. Taylor's Finalized Budget. Now, to make my budget, I'm going to be inserting, so I'm going to go here to insert, and I'm going to insert a table. Now, when you go to that menu item, it's going to bring up all of these little squares that you see here. These squares represent the number of rows and the number of columns that you want your table to have. So when I look back at my notes here, I know that I'm going to need a column where I can put the expenses that I've had. Okay, so I need to put expenses. So that's going to be one column. I know that I want to make sure that I put the quantity or the amount of each expense that I had, because you know here I decided I was going to buy 2 muffins. So that's a second column I'm going to need to have. And then I'm going to need a third column to put the amount or the cost of each item. So it looks like right now I'm going to want to have 3 different columns. You're going to need to plan out how many columns you want to have also. Then when I look at how many rows, so I'm just going to make a note here that I want 3 columns. When I think about how many rows that I want to have, I need to put my balance or how much money I'm starting with. I'm going to have this row here for my headings, and then I'm going to have these rows for my expenses. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. I think I'm going to need to start with 7 columns, or 7 rows, okay? And you'll be able to change that, but you do kind of want to have an idea of, you know, generally how many rows and columns you're going to need. So I'm back here on my document. I'm going to insert a table, and I said I wanted 3 columns. Okay, so that's why I've highlighted 3 squares right here, and then I'm going to highlight 7 rows, and it magically puts that amount of cells here in my table. So I'm going to start at the top with my balance. Remember, that's just the amount of money that I'm starting with, and that amount was $100. Okay, I'm going to list out, make a detailed list of my expenses. I want to make sure I put the quantity and the cost of the item. Okay. So I'm going to start listing my expenses. I had blueberries, I'm getting 1 pack of blueberries and they were $4. Okay. I'm getting Mountain Dew. I wanted 1 Mountain Dew and it was 79 cents. I'm getting a Pepsi. I wanted 1. It was also 79 cents. I was getting some muffins and I wanted 2 of those and they were 88 cents each. Okay, so I have to make sure that I account for that there were 2 of those. Okay. So now I have this row here, and I think it's going to be important on my budget to tell the total expense amount. So when I look back at my notes, the total expenses, the total amount that I'm spending here was $8.22, okay? Now, I also know that I have to include on my budget the unused dollar amount, and I don't have another row, but there's an easy way that you can add a row. The first thing you can do is you'll notice that my mouse is right here in this last box, this last cell. So when I look, there's a button that says Tab, T-A-B, on my keyboard. It's in the top left corner. If I hit that button, it adds another row for me. And so I need that other row so that I can put the unused dollar amount. And all I'm doing is looking back at my notes. I already calculated that. So I had $91.78 that was unused, that I didn't spend. Okay? When I'm looking at my table here, I want these headings to stand out. And so I'm going to highlight this row and I'm going to click this B and it's going to just put those words in bold. I want them in bold so that they'll stand out. I also want to put these total amounts in bold. So again, I'm going to highlight those and I'm going to click this B right here. Okay? And so now I have a finalized, nice, neat copy of my budget. I do want to encourage you to be really careful as you're typing in your amounts and your costs, just to make sure you don't have any typos or typing errors. And please also remember, if you need to rewatch this video or if you want to stop the video so that you can do that step on your own document, that's what this video is here for. So use it to help you as you are making your finalized budget. Good luck. I can't wait to see your work.